YouTube, what's up? Back again for another daily fishing video here on Andrew Upshaw Fishing. Getting ready for a little tournament tomorrow with Ben Matsubu. Haven't fished with him in quite some time here on Toledo Bend. It's been years, actually. And so it's really exciting to get back on the water with him. But guys, today's video, it's a special one. And I'm going to kind of lead you into it and let you know exactly why this video is going up. So today I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw a video that Crispin Pally, the Director of Product Development at Strike King, had shared on his Facebook page, and it was about the new chick magnet. Well, I just thought it was another advertisement for the chick magnet, but it wasn't. It was the backstory behind the chick magnet. Chick magnet is a flat-sided crankbait that Strike King released at ICAST this year, and it won Best of Show. Well, you know, I've had some comments, I've seen some comments, I've seen some people make videos talking about, you know, knocking people off, and baits are getting knocked off in the industry, and this company knocked off that company, and this company knocked off this and that, whatever. We've all seen it. We've all seen baits that are similar to other baits. In my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, imitation is the best form of flattery when it comes to a knockoff. I mean, just think back at the Cinco. Would it be good if the Cinco was the only stick bait around? Because if that was the case, and let's just say hundreds of thousands of people wanted to buy it, they wouldn't be able to keep up with the demand. So it actually makes sense for other companies to make, you know, some type of imitation of the Cinco or any other type of bait, whether it be a crankbait or, in this situation, a flat side. And that's what I just thought that they came out with their own kind of unique flat side. Kind of, you know, it's kind of a trendy thing going on right now. It's different. It's not your traditional crankbait. You know, it's not just the 5XD, 6XD, things like that. Well, when I started watching this show, it was talking about Andy Morgan and his relationship with his buddy Tip. And they, you know, Andy talks about it and Crispin talks about these particular baits that Tip carved as, you know, for Andy and for just like one or two of his friends and family members. And that was the only people that ever had this crankbait. They called it the 24 originally. It was a balsa crankbait made out of East Tennessee. And it was called the 24 because Andy Morgan caught a 24-pound bag on it, like the second time he ever used it. But it was such an interesting story, it really sucked me in. And what I tried to do originally, this video was actually supposed to post at 3 p.m. today. Because what I did is I actually shared the back half of the video so you could see the video I was referring to. So what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to drop it in the description below, and you'll probably see it in the tag above. And but this particular video, it really kind of hit me a little bit. And that's why we're going to talk about it. So what I want you to do is I want you to go watch the video, and you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. So why this is important to me, and why I think this is important for us to talk about, is lately I've seen a few videos in reference to people knocking other baits off and kind of calling everybody out and all that kind of stuff. And don't get me wrong, guys, like, it happens in this industry. Like, this industry, although it seems really big, is really quite small. There's not that many companies in it that have stuck around for very long. I mean, you can honestly say there's probably less than 50. In the bait category, there's probably less than 25 or 30 that are like big box type retailers, and probably less than that, honestly. But in this particular video, you know, Andy breaks down this particular crankbait and talks about Tip designing this bait completely, carving them out of balsa wood. But then it kind of translates to the story of Strike King and what they were able to accomplish with the bait. You know, it's been really hard. It was a really tedious process for Crispin and the design team to actually make this particular balsa bait out of plastic. Yeah, you heard that right. They redesigned this bait and made it out of plastic to have the exact same action, a little bit heavier weight for easier casting, and just an overall better designed crankbait, and more user-friendly crankbait. This isn't a knockoff. If anything, I guess if you want to call it a knockoff, it is a true knockoff of only Tip's design. I think there was only like 25 or 30 of these ever made. So that should go in to tell you, this isn't something that we went and said, okay, Strike King didn't go out and say, okay, we see Ott's garage, you know, flat side, we're going to go knock it off. Or we see, you know, Black Label Balsa's, you know, flat side, we're going to go knock it off. Or we see the old WEC, the Zoom WEC, and we're going to go knock it off. But that's not what they did. And they didn't even just go and make the same crankbait. They made it out of plastic instead of wood. But they gave the credit 100% to Tip and Andy Morgan. So I don't know if you could ask for a better situation, a better combo in this day and age when everybody's trying to put everybody down for how they do stuff. I think this is an extremely important lesson to see that there's still companies out there that no matter what are still going to go, even if they are imitating somebody, they're going to give them the credit where the credit deserves to be. And I think that speaks volumes. And I think it's going to be an extremely successful crankbait. I promise you, without a doubt, I'm going to have a bunch of them in my tackle box when I can get some. But I just wanted to share that with you. Like I said, I tried to share the video with you, but it wasn't going to work out. YouTube flagged it, and it was just a big debacle. So we're just going to do it like this. I will tag it all over the place because I want you to watch this video because it was very enlightening. It was actually a really cool story. And while the video is going on, you actually see Tip carving one of his 24s. And I think that's pretty cool. So, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, make sure you go hit that sub button and like the video if you can. And comment below if you ever seen a balsa crankbait that was made out of plastic that still worked as good as this one. Guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.
Andy Morgan here, ICAST 2021, and we're going to introduce the Chick Magnet. We just won the award for Best Hard Bait of the show, and this is a really special bait. It was originally, when I came up with it, I called it the 24. That is because the first time we ever actually carved the bait out, which a friend of mine, Marion Tipton, carved the bait out of balsa wood. This came right out of his garage, out of the living room, sitting in his easy chair. This popped out. The first time I ever used it, I called it a 24-pound stringer. We had no name for it. Won the tournament, so this ended up with 24. Since then, we've reproduced it here at Strike King, and it is now the Chick Magnet. We won Best of Show, and I promise you this bait right here will put a lot of fish in your boat. I've used it for many years and was really reluctant to even bringing it out of my tackle box, but here it is. This is something that you're going to want to have in your tackle box. I promise you, it is a fish catcher.